Wow. I guess we're live. Let me see. 2:41. The scheduled time was 2:40, so we are actually exactly on, or a little bit on time. Anyways, it's a Sunday here in Vancouver, BC, and I guess all over the world. And we're starting another live here to develop this incredible project, which is a long but with a uh, interesting goal in mind to try to achieve this facial rig based on facts and also have this rebuildable rig that we are going to be able to apply in the future. The last time that we spoke, we were working on the face controls, which is what we're going to continue to work now. The face controls have to be rebuildable in a reliable way, and for the purpose of streaming and presentation, the path that I chosen to take is to have the face controls on the face of the character. Some people might argue that it's not the best possible solution, but for our stream here, I believe for the users it would be more interesting to have it in a way that we can see it. So we probably could see it on the thumbnail, but we are going to be observing it on Maya right now. So by the way, then if you want to participate with us here on the comment section, please drop a comment. We're going to be talking, discussing, and whatever questions comes to mind. If you would like to just observe and be together with us, that would be a pleasure as well. And Bob, as usual, here with us, and a great company here for me. Right, Bob? How's it going, man? Cool. All right, so let me get my screen here going, and this is where we stopped. Let me get my background off, and here we go. Hello. All right, so let me get the shaded version here back into the space. Okay, and get back to the gray background. So the way that I'm figuring out right now is, so as I said, having the facial controls on the face or over the face, and the idea then is at the current moment, right? This could change at any moment, but the way I'm feeling right now is that by using joints, we're gonna be better off because we can have a visual representation of direction of the controls. So what happens is we could have it on the side. So I had designed before something like this for another project, which I should actually remove the name of the company here, but this was something that I was developing on my own, on my personal time, and I was trying to pitch them to do this face controls here, but it just took too long. I went out of the company and we didn't follow through it. But we can see that there's multiple companies or multiple systems that we can find out there that uses this external facial rig controls. Am I being silly to try to go another route, knowing that so many people do the same way, including the meta-humans? Maybe I should just follow the pack and go with the external controls, and this was my design. So I might go through this path later, but I just feel like I don't know if it's going to be good. You know, I just feel like it's not going to be a good way to observe the changes. If we do it on the face of the character, we're gonna have the controls moving, and we're gonna be able to observe a lot better. So the point then with the joints is we need a way to reliably know where the position of the controls are and where is it the end of the control motion and the direction, etc. And also we need a way to have a template where we can bring it back into every new rig that we're going to do, reposition it accordingly, and also be able to mirror it easily. And with joints, we have it all like Maya standard. It is just that easy to come and By the way, is the song too loud? I believe it's a little bit too loud, right? So with the Maya tools, just the standard skeleton tab here. Let me find it. The light's a little bit too bright. So if we come here, then we have like mirror joints, and automatically we can just mirror it. So that makes it so much simpler than having any other system. I can adjust and mirror easily. Uh, but we do have to rename everything and find a way to build the control. So this is going to be done via Python and our action stack, right? The action stack is here. This is what we have at the moment, but we do need to develop it a little further to get to the controls. And by the way, today is, given that it's a Sunday afternoon, I can finally have some coffee while doing the stream, which most of the time at night is just impossible. Otherwise, I'm gonna go through the night. But cheers. So let's keep going. So yeah, I think we have enough controls here at the moment that we can rename this and start thinking of how to automate it, and then I can add additional, or evidently add new muscles to the set of joints here. Also, I'm gonna have to figure out if I will then orient this joint so that I have the perfect position, or if I'm just going to use a sort of aim constraint. So the idea here is that we would create the control on ground zero and bring it to this position of the first joint here, aim constrain it to the next joint, and then calculate the distance between these two joints so that we can know the length of the control. And yeah, I'm actually having an idea here of how could we do it. Yeah, I think I kind of know. I think I kind of got the idea, because then what we can do is, I was thinking of like I was having a hard time to calculate or just to figure out in my mind how to calculate the, how would we create I was thinking of a square that we could have in the same length here, not a square, like a, how can I call it, a rectangle, right? That we could have in the same length, and then a little square that we could push around. But to calculate the scale, I would have to figure out some other things. So the way that I'm thinking now is we could just have a single line from A to B, and then the square, we don't need to calculate anything to know the size of the square. So it can be a standard size. So then we can just use the position of the line, and we could also use. Yeah, this is making sense for me. So the other thing that we could do is like we could have the line, and then instead of using the, oh no, but then it's not possible to drag it. Yeah. Anyways, let's go with this plan. It doesn't sound bad. It sounds actually pretty easy, and we can get there pretty fast. So I'll start by then just grabbing the names of the, let's start figuring out the names of these controls. So this is going to be sort of like inner brow, or let's put it together, the inner brow razor. Control template joint. Let me get this song going to the next here. And now I'm using some higher, a little bit of a higher latency on the stream, but at the same time we should be getting a better. Oh, I have one of my lights off here. Come on here. Ta-da! All right, so let's continue to rename this thing. So inner brow, template joint, control template joint. Then I could just remove the control here, or the template joint. But how can I? Template and joint. Can I easily? I'm just thinking of a way to easily remove this name on the code, or clean up this code, clean up the name of the joint here. So this is a template joint, so I also need like 1 and 2 or something like this. So the first one would be and template and joint, template A. It should be like a, yeah, I could have something like 0.1 and 0.2. I just feel like it's going to be harder to remove it, although it's just the last two things, so it shouldn't be that complicated. Let's go with that for now. Maybe I'll change it later. So yeah, I feel like we have a good plan here. Inner brow razor. Now we're going for the outer brow razor. And this unfortunately is like a manual process that we don't have many other different ways to do. And by the way, is it how you write outer? I'm always forgetting this thing. Outer, let's say outer space. Yeah, is that like this? Yeah, it's 1T. All right. Okay, so going to just try to change this as fast as possible. So this is going to be then inner brow, lower. Lower control 1 template. So always the 1 is going to be the base of the control, or like the root, where the control is going to be zeroed out. And the second one is going to always be where the control is the end of the control. So we're going to be able to drag from 1 to 2, and that's going to give us the activation of the particular blend shape, right? By the way, this is good. I feel good about doing this in the mornings. Or in the afternoons. It's kind of interesting. Having the coffee is just a game changer. At night, you're destroyed. I'm usually destroyed at night. Well, but I'm trying to do my best to keep it up, right? So this is here. Let's begin to rename these muscles here. So here we're talking about the zygomaticus minor, zygomaticus major, buccinator, the Hisorius, the, what's the name of this one, is depressor anguli oris. This is the depressor labii inferioris. So this name's in Latin. Why? Let me see if we have what's the name of the actual shapes here, because I like the fact shapes, they're just named like a user-friendly name. So for example, this one, which is the buccinator, would be lip corner puller or something like that, which is, it's pretty a lot more straightforward. So Let's go with this here is, let me see, how can we do this? So to be, let me go into my checklist. I know I have the names there. My shapes, list of fact shapes. So let me see if I can increase the, yeah, so that we can all see it. If you're watching, it's easier. So this is the brow codes, the lead codes. So we have nose wrinkler, nasolabial deepener, tongue show, neck. This okay. So mouth codes, lip towards each other, upper lip raiser, lip corner puller. Yeah, that's the one we were talking about. Sharp lip puller, dimpler, the lip corner depressor, which is the depressor unguli oris, lower lip depressor, chin raiser, lip pucker, lip stretcher. So the lip stretcher though, lip funneler. I don't know if I know the difference between the dimpler and the lip stretcher. So lip tightener, I understand. Lip presser, lip parts, jaw drop, mouth stretch. Yeah, I guess we can always get back to this. The most important actually that we need right now are the brow shapes. So I'll kind of go, I'll kind of go. So this is the dimpler, control, template, joint, 01, template joint, and then we're gonna go into this one. But also, oh, I'm making a huge mistake here by not adding the left, but I can do this easily through code later, so I guess I'll just keep going here. So this is the lip corner depressor. I think this is what it is. Lip corner depressor. Control. O1 template point. This here is the platysma, so I'm gonna call it platysma. Platysma control O1 template joint. And let's keep going. So this is then I think it's the lip raiser. Let's see if there's such a thing. Lip corner puller. What's the difference though? I think I'll have to just name this as the muscles. I don't know if it makes sense for me to. It's good to have the name of the shapes, but anyways. So I went to the exposition. This is a personal information. Went to the exposition of the Van Gogh here in Vancouver, and I got this mug for, like, I had to leave my kidney there for this mug, but I'm proud of it. I mean, it's good to see some other artists, although he just made some money after he was dead. I hope that's not my case. Okay, so this is the dimpler. This is, I'm just gonna call it as this, Hisorius. Control. Oh yeah, so there's actually another muscle here going into the opposite direction. Let's see if I can do something about it. That's kind of a lot of controls here. But that's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, there's like the levator angulis oris. If there's a depressor, there's got to be a razor, right? Like, so lip corner razor. Let's go with that. All right, so we are getting closer now. Almost all the muscles done here. So this is the zygomaticus major, and I don't know. I have to check the exact names of the actual fact shapes, but let's go with the names of the muscles for now, just so that we don't have like joint one, joint two. At least we know what we're dealing with, and then after that, I'm gonna check. Like I'm gonna have the actual facts shapes names here. Zygomaticus major, control, 01, joint, template, joint. Yeah, it has it. This is the Zygomaticus minor. It's minor. It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be. I'm feeling good about this approach, although I can see how clustered it gets, or how crowded it gets with all the controls over the face. I just feel good about the fact that we can actually look at the controls moving. So we have a participant here on the comment section. Hello, how's it going, Tyre? Uh, can you link this joints? Can you link this joints guide? What would you mean about that? So if I can link this guides, can you link this joints guide? If you can explain a little bit, I can definitely help with the answer here. But if just having a rough idea, if I can link them, uh, or share it, or I don't know. You let me know. I can answer the question for sure. Tell you. But thank you for participating. Very happy with the presents. Okay, so this one here is I forgot the name. I think it's the levator labii superioris. Yes, I guess that's it. Levator labii super control 01 template joint. Okay, so we're gonna get there soon enough. We're almost there actually. So I have this one. This is renamed. This is renamed. This is renamed. This is renamed. 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 Okay, so this is the depressor lobby inferioris. Yeah, depressor lobby inf. Let's call it inf control 01 template joint. O2. Oh, I see what you mean. So Tyre Yasha is asking if we can share this, the diagram. At the moment, it's a part of the project, so I hope that after we're done with this, we can share the entire thing. Let's see how it goes. But yes, it's going to be out only if you can have a little bit of patience with me. Let's just get this done with, and then we're gonna have all of this out and available for everyone to use it as reference or learn with it soon enough. So, but thanks for the interest. If you have the interest in using it, I'm already happy. Oh, and by the way, this text here is wrong. Let me change it. Today we're doing face controls. All right, so just changing the title there on top. And yeah, so almost done with all of the renaming here. And let me see. The depressor lobby inferioris, and this is the mentalis. Control 01 template joint. All right, I think I'm done. Nice. Okay, so before we move, then I need to add the side to the name of all of these guys. So let me just check if I have everyone. So this is the eyebrow shade. Oh, I have this one left. So this is the levator. Let's call it levator nazi. It's not how it's called, but it's the best approximation. Nazi control 01 template joint. Oh, thank you. Thank you for participating, Ted. Yes. Thank you. Nice. There's some good energies here working in the afternoon. You can see a little bit of a sunlight. It's a little bit harder to see my monitor, but not too bad nonetheless. Okay, so we have the platismo, we have all of them. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to rename this joint here as face controls root template joint. Okay. So now let's go ahead and get all of these guys here. And let me just go ahead and see which one's the last one. have any piece of code here, but I'm just gonna do like cmds dot lissl one. Here I'm gonna be very brief on the closer joint list equals to that. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do a loop. So for joint and joint list, then we're gonna be first changing the name. So new name is going to be equals to joint, or I'm just gonna add the side here, which is left, and this is going to be then left plus joint. And then we're gonna go ahead and do cmds dot rename the joint into the new name. That's pretty simple. It's just so that we can add, actually, yeah, there's even easier ways to do it, but oh, I forgot two of them here. So let me do that first. Whoa, but what have I done here though? Why did this happen? Okay. And the Resorius, I guess I was just speaking and forgot it. So that should be good. Now we should be able to add the side. And what have I made wrong? No object matches name. What do you mean? Illegal characters added. New name joint. Oh, it's why? Print joint. What's going on here? Oh, there you go. What have I done wrong? It is printing the joints, but what? It's such a simple thing. Why would it crash? Let me hear. Let's just quickly check. No worries. All good. Oh, it's because for some reason we have two names here. Why? Let me increase the sound, the music here so that we can withstand this piece of. Shouldn't be having this issue. I have two minor. I have two joints with the same name now. Is that it? The dimpler, but I shouldn't. Dimpler. Okay, I have two joints with the same index here. Which other? I don't know if I understand why that was happening anyways. Okay, so it's not even what's going on here. Okay, you're annoying me. Let's get out. Whoa. Okay. Inner brow razor. Oh, I have another one, another case here. I guess I'm gonna have to go through. Sorry guys, such a silly mistake here. That's the problem with doing things manually, is you do this kind of mistake, and I do have just a few indexes that were not changed, and that should be good to go now. I don't see any other issue like that. Thank you. All right, so we got it. All of the names now have left added to it. So we have the name of the joint and the left there. Okay, so we could, in theory, then let's just save this for now, and Fish Controls Development 2. Let's keep going. So now I'm just gonna mirror it, and now we're gonna start taking care of the code part of it. So let's script how are we going to be adding this controls to the scene with these joints here. So I think we're done. Oh no, it's still going. So while we wait, let me check with Bob here. How's it going, man? Are you happy about this Sunday afternoon live stream we're doing? It seems like a pretty good day outside, Bob. You can see here with my window, it's pretty bright outside, and not too bad for a Sunday. All right, we're saved. Let's also add some music here into our, let's go with this winter sports here. So let me try that then. Let's mirror this. The okay, so let's mirror it. Oh, I have nothing selected. So I guess I have to change some settings here. Why is it not mirroring the names though? So annoying. But we can see that that's how it's going to look. Obviously, when we have only the controls, that's not going to be as crowded because we won't have this part of the deal here. But why is it not picking up this part here, like the left, right? Why is it not? It is correctly mirroring, but it's not actually changing the naming, and that's annoying because we do have to do it. Like, I'm gonna have to use what, PyMail here. Okay, import PyMail. How was it even? I don't even remember. Okay, and then I'm gonna have to wait for PyCharm to wake up. Okay, let's work on the code anyways, and we're gonna talk about this later. Although we do need to wait for PyCharm. Let's go, PyCharm. Let's go, you can do it. Man, what a blessing. Do we have enough light here? Okay, so let's go for the code. I am going to add it as an utility, as I've been doing so far, just to, like, whatever works we implemented into the code. Let's see, where are we right now on the code? I'm kind of lost. This is the project. This is the utility. So yeah, let's just add a function here and we can so define, I'm going to do build face controls. So what I'm going to do then is like root, I'll have the root joint, so root template joint. And when we are here inside of the code, I'm always using like full extension names, never shortening anything, or at least as the least as possible. Like only if it's like geo list, for example, I can see I have, or that, yeah. Sometimes, but most of the times, I'm trying to use like full extension names so that we don't, so that it's easy to look into the code and know what we're talking about. So root template joint is going to be the same name as we got there for the, so the face controls. So then I'm gonna list, so control joint list template joint list is going to be equals to mc.list relatives all descendants who type joint, although it's not necessary to be type. Oh yeah, you gotta be type joint because it could also be, yeah, but we don't have the shapes for the joints, I guess, so it doesn't really matter, but we can have it this way. Yeah, but it could, now it doesn't need to be, yeah, it doesn't need to be all descendants because yeah, it's going to create more problems if it is all descendant. I'm gonna have to have two loops, so I'm gonna have like root template joint here, and I'm going to list all like children of this guy, of this joint. So children equals true. All right, so then what we're gonna have next is the start to loop through this. So for joint control template and control the template list. The naming is kind of confusing at the moment, but I can refine it later. I just need to keep moving fast now. So for each one of the controls there, I'm going to list the end joint. So end template joint equals to CMDS or MC. Let me lower the volume a little bit so that we don't get all crazy here. So then we're gonna get the same thing, list relatives, but this time we're gonna have the control template, and we're gonna have children. Oh god, children true. Type joint. So I'm going to explain what we're doing here. Let's do this. Let's explain what's going on here. So what I'm doing then is I have the root joint there. We have this guy here, for example. So what I'm doing in the first pass is getting the root joints, right? So this guy's here, the first joint. And then we're gonna loop through all of them, and when we're looping through this first joints here, then we're gonna get the end joint. So that we just, on the first pass, we just get this joints here, so that we don't get like a list with both this and this, which is gonna make things a lot more confusing for us. So initially that's the thing. Okay, so we got this. Now we've got the joints there. We have the children now, and as a matter of fact, it's just one, so I can return just the first item of the list. And now what I can do is I have to create a control and place it in the position that we're looking to place this control. See if we can get a song with a little bit less drama here. Yeah, I went for moods and I went into like happy mood, but I guess this is gonna be too silly, right? Let's see, epic, relaxing, running, euphoric, sentimental, no, sad, no, suspense, no, maybe dreamy. Let's try that. Okay, so we are inside of the loop, and we have the joint that we want to get to. So now what I want is to have a curve from A to B. So I'm gonna get the, so it's gonna go control root position equals to mc.xform. And we're gonna go with the control template joint. And by the way, this needs to be this is correct already, actually. So it's going to be the joint, and I want to know the translate true. I always forget if it's translate or translation. I'm gonna have to ask Google here. So it's going to be Python X Python Python X form. I believe it's translate, but let's just check. It's better to check than to crash. So it's actually translation. So I was wrong. So I guess it was a good thing that we got this. So translation equals true, and then we're gonna go into word space equals true, and we're gonna do, yeah, that's all. So we need to do the same thing for the end joint. Except this time we have to get the end. So what is wrong about this though? Okay, so never mind. Kind of unnecessary to break these lines here. I might not even need it. It's mostly because we're with a very big font here, so it could actually easily extend to the end here. It wouldn't matter. But since we're here, let's just do it as easy as possible. So we have the end and the start position. Now we can call another function here from my utilities, which is curve from A to B. So it would be tp utilities tp-utils.curve from A to B, and I guess that would be mostly it. So oh yeah, we do need to assemble the name of this control, so let's see how it goes. So let's see, we're gonna have control control root position, control and position. The name of the curve is going to be, we need to assemble the name here. It's going to be control name equals to see, I would have to split, join, split, then I'll get a list. And then just remove the, that's what I was saying about the indexes and in the name of the joint, because now I need to figure out a way to like remove these two last guys here. And I didn't want it to. This is the first three, right? Okay. So yeah, but this is no bueno. Okay, so it's going to be control template. Let's do it like this for now. Dot split, and then I'm going to split it on the thingy, and with that then I want go control template name split, then I'm going to split it, and here I want to be control template how do I get, it's always everything before 3, I guess. So it would be something like, I think it would be something like this. do then join. So like now join these guys here. Isn't it how it goes? Yeah. Okay, so we got the name of the control. So what I'm saying here is split the control name. So it's going to return me it's going to break this name on each of the underscores and return me a list with all of the items without the underscore. And then I'm just getting the first three items here of the first three items of the list as a list and joining them back with the underscore. So then we get rid of the index and the template joint. So that should be then the name of our control. So it's gonna leave us with like left outer brow razor control, for example. That's what we need. It's not ideal. It's not what I would like to have at the end, but it's going to be like this for now. I just need to see it working, and then we're gonna figure out. Then we have curve from A to B, and we can call the curve the control name plus call this like rail. So it's just going to be the rail that the control is going to be sliding on. Now, whether we're going to use an attribute or the actual, we could use an attribute. Let's see about that. That would make things a lot easier if instead of using like X, Y, Z or whatever to drive the position, I would use an attribute, because then I could attach the control to the curve using a point on curve node. And what that would help us with is I wouldn't have to calculate like the actual direction of the other control, and there wouldn't be any variables, because then we could use just the parameter of the control. Let me get, oh my god, yeah, we could use just the parameter of the control or the parameter of the curve to find the position of the control should be on that given parameter, instead of having to actually calculate where the control is pointing, and then like what's the once you drag it, it just complicates things. It's not a deal breaker, but it is certainly something that we have to take in consideration. So the curve should be now created. So that should actually create the curve. So now we can actually see if this is working, and that's going to be a good first step for us. So I can just like register this. Let me register this. Self.register good method and build face controls. Let's call it muscle controls, and then it's going to be post. Get off me. Create. Just need to be on the pre-build. It could be on the post build actually, and actually would be better off to be on the post build, but let's just keep going. Self.build those controls. So now if we restart our action stack, we should be able to then get this, and I'll actually remove the other side because it's senseless right now. It doesn't make any sense. And let's restart this action stack. We should then get the build face muscles control, face muscle controls, and that should be the case that we get that. So it's crashing, of course. Never on the first time we get what we need. What's the error then? Expected distance got bowling. Okay. Oh, I forgot the query, of course. Yeah, so I was getting the actual positions, but I didn't use query. So what happens is it was trying to set the positions. So let's find that again. Almost there. Got it. So it has to be query equals true. Query equals true. And that should be it. So now we should be able to restart this. And that should drop like a bunch of curves on our scene. If it works, of course. No, it didn't, right? Type object. Why is it an object? Xform query. Translate. Word space. From A to B. Let me check what's going on here. So I'm now opening the start end. Oh, I'm actually requesting. Oh man, what? Okay, so I could have saved myself the time of querying these things here, because what I'm actually asking there is for an object of any sort. So I could have done exactly what's going on here. But this is the thing I didn't. I was using a code that is in my stash, so I forgot what was exactly requesting. So let's go again. And now, yeah, we got it. Did it? Yeah, we got it. Okay, so this is what we got. Cool. Nice, but where is it? Oh, it's not here. Is it all on the ground? Where is it? We do have a bunch of curves, but they don't exist. Or they do exist, but where are they? Okay, so it might be that I am not, like, I'm just getting 1 point or whatever. So the second issue might be on the way that I'm listing. Oh no, I'm doing two things. Now I'm doing another thing wrong. Okay, so maybe now we're gonna get it, but I can see that it was working and the position of the first point was correct. So it might be that we get it now. Okay, I think we got it. I can see that one of them is correct. Yeah, we got it. Nice. Okay, so we can see all of the curves here now. Cool, so pretty simple, right? But the curves are here, so we can see that this is how they would look on the face of the character. And they're named properly, so that's good. Okay, so let me change this music. What's going on here? Thank you. All right. What direction would I do with the controls then? So as you can see, like as long as we have the template joint here, this would be saved. This will be saved on the template skeleton folder or like template folder. And then it's going to be imported right away and on the beginning of the build process, and this controls would then be created automatically every time. Yeah, now I don't know if we should have like let me see. Port control shapes, control set shape form. Oh, and I can see another problem here, which is pretty clear now that it wasn't a good idea, because now we have a bunch of controls sitting on the corner of the mouth here, and that's going to be a problem 100%. Because how are we going to be differentiating between them? That's no bueno. So we do need a different approach here for the corner of the mouth, but that's not going to be a huge deal. We can deal with it later. Right now, all I need is those guys here to be working. So I need these 3 guys so that we can start working on them. So I would be really happy if we could have this joints mirrored here. This would make it a little better for us at the moment. But why doesn't it do the job? That's my question. Let's try again. Maybe there's something I'm missing here. Have I added like an eye and didn't notice? So weird. Maybe the thing is that I haven't added the left into the root. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me. So I'm just checking here because I know that I have some pine mail imported. somewhere. Let me just check. Side. It wasn't my RigBuilder here. Mouth output. Mouth muscle. Just checking here if I have. Oh, here we go. Oh no, that's not it as well. Have it here somewhere. Let's import PyMail. I think it's PyMail SPM. Let's try that. Yeah, PyMail core SPM. Okay, cool. And I also think that I might have the thing here. So let's import. So the reason why I'm looking for the PyMail structure now, it's because the Maya one of the worst issues that you got by just using Python and Maya CMDS is that it just deals with the objects in the scenes objects in the scene as pure like strings, or if you're referring to an object, then you are actually just calling it by the name of the string, and that's a problem because if you have two objects named the same way, so just like we have now, we have joint that has duplicated names. So when you try to rename it or do anything over it, it crashes because it doesn't know if it's whether one or the other. Where in PyMail it is actually it's referring to the node, which is like a position on the memory of the software. So it's not, even if the string name is the same, it can find the correct thing. So you can rename without crashing. That's the whole point here of the whole point. Yeah, that's it. Let's try to rename it using PyMail then. So I'm just gonna do pm.ls cell1. I think that would give us like the joint objects, object list, and then we can go ahead and do for joint and joint object list. We can then do name equals joint dot replace which is what the mirror tool from Maya should be doing, but left. Replace it to right, and then we're gonna do pm dot rename. Yeah, no worries, sir. Happy that it helps. It's a simple thing though, but sometimes I get it's frustrating. So then rename joint by name. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it works. You see? So right out of the gate, it works great. We have it. No issues. By the way, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So, right. So now we have all the joints under the same root joint here. That's what we need. So left and right. Oh, just the mentalis actually, it's not. We probably have 2 of mentalis here, and I don't need 2 mentalis. I need 1 mentalis. Mentalis, so I can just delete this. Also, you sent me a piece of text that I am unable. I don't have enough knowledge to read the text, but but cool. If I'm pronouncing it correctly, it's a big step already. Right, this song here is completely not proper for us, but this one can go. And it doesn't look too bad. So let's see what happens then when we. First of all, let's save the scene here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna save with the same name. It doesn't matter right now. I mean, I always say that it doesn't matter until it crashes on my face and I lose something, but I guess that's the thing of all of us. All right, so let's just run this then. We got all of the curves. Let's just hide this for now and see how it looks. It looks pretty good. The good thing is that we can then always like just edit or adjust this joints and mirror it, and we should be able to rebuild this easily. Now, what I'm thinking is just like, what do we need now to create? Also, saying that Tahir here is saying that she sent it by mistake, or I'm assuming it's a she, so hope I'm correct as well. So, yeah, all good. Okay, so next step is to then start adding the actual controls. Hmm. Yeah, but this is okay. So yeah, I don't know if it's going to be viable. How much time have we spent here already? 1 hour and something. I might have to drop out soon. It's already some good progress. So let's see, how could we continue here? Now we need to have we need a new control here. So control object is equal then to tp control dot control. What's going on with this music? So let's go ahead and so what's the basic type of control that I have? I think it's a square or something. It's a cube. Yeah, so it's not bad that it's a cube, so I'm gonna keep it. Let me see how it's the usage here. I forgot. It's actually this guy. So why do I have two of them here? It's weird. TPCTRL. Yeah, so it's basically the control name. Not much. And add an offset. Okay, sounds good to me. tpctrl dot control, and then we go with the name here, which has to be, this one can actually be purely the control name, which is great. Then with that, we're gonna go with control object or add offset group. And then we're gonna go and how do I match the, how do I match? So TP CTRL. Because I'm just trying to, so I know that this is got offset group lists. Let me see the control offset group. Yeah, okay. Add offset group, control offset equals to control object dot get offset group list 0, which is actually silly. I could do it internally, but anyways, transform or MC match transform. How was it that I did? Position, rotation. I don't need the rotation, I guess, but oh my god, this playlist, I'm gonna cry right now. Let's get back into my standard playlist here just to finish this, because oh my god. All right, so what's going on here? That's not what I want. Okay, so I'm just then like the song. All right, so it's gonna match the position. That's it. Okay, so let's test that first, then I'm gonna go to the next thing. Let's just see if all comes true as expected, and then we keep progressing. Cool, so that's exactly what we want. Now the next question then is, will we control this with the Y? Like we could do something like this, or we could have it like attached to the curve and then have make this all of these controls here disappear and have only a parameter that would then be using the parameter of the curve, the UV values of the curve to drive the position of the actual control. So we would be controlling a parameter, not the translations. It could be good. I'm not sure. But the positions are correct, like the plateau. So you can see that this thing of using the direction of the joint works pretty good. Okay. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to go for now, or at least I need a couple of minutes here, and I can get back actually, but I do need a couple of minutes. I feel like we could keep going here because we have a pretty good window here. Let me just then, I need a few minutes muted here. I'll be here, but just let me get into, I'm gonna tell you what's going on. I'm gonna be straightforward. My family is getting together for a talk on a group chat, or like a reunion thing, and they want me to go in. So I'm in other countries, so I might as well just pop in, but I will be muted there as well, so we can continue to talk. But I need to say hi here. All right, let's keep going. right? Let's see if we can keep moving here. Things are already flowing on the other side. Okay, so what we have here right now is so we have the control set here. It's already on the correct position. I do have the feeling that the best approach, the best possible approach would be to yeah, so the controls are set on the scene here. I need to figure out how or what's the best approach here to, because this is going to be rebuilt automatically, and it needs to be added into a build or into the scene controls list, so that when it is reloading or rebuilding, it can then rebuild all of the shapes. We're ready now to, for example, get the controls here and set this control shape. We could do like a sphere. I kind of feel like this would be better off if it was pointed into the direction of the other control. At least pointed. But you know what? Let's do it. Let's add this attribute. Let's go. Let's do it. So we have the control. Now, do I have something I can add attribute? Or do I even need it? I don't think I do. I think it's the control object dot get name. Do I even need it? I don't think I need it. So mc.add attribute. So also unlock and hide all of the other attributes. So let's see, Maya Python list visible or list keyable. List visible attributes. So list attributes, and then I should be able to query the visible, right? Let's see what happens here then. Let me put the action stack to the side here. So I'm just going to do mcmds dot list attributes and So let's go with whatever the name is. So let's go with this here. Attribute, this guy, query. Let's see, I don't think I need a visible equals true. Okay. My Python lock and hide attribute. Always forget how to do it properly. So yeah, keyable false. This is the thread here. So then it should be able to do like same thing here. So like attribute list. I just want to check what's going to happen exactly here. So for attribute in attribute list. That attribute, and that it should be, I'm gonna call it by the name. It's going to be everything related to this guy here. Plus attribute. Keyable false, CB false, lock true. Boom. Okay, so let's just do this. Then what's going on here? No object matches name. Okay, I forgot the dot. Error. No object matches name dot public. Visible. Okay, is the thing. So let me just check here. Keyable. Oh no, actually I was correct. Visible keyable. Oh yeah, now that's giving us the exact information that we need. And then we should be able to, yeah, no controls here. That's exactly what we need. Hey Thayer, so you're living right now. It's 2 a.m. So Thayer says it's 2 a.m. here, so I'll continue to watch this the rest of it tomorrow. Good night and good morning to you. Yeah, thank you so much for participating and for being a good company here. I totally understand. I mean, it's evening here, but it's not all over the world. So hope you have a good night of sleep, and we'll talk on the next one for sure. Thank you. Cheers. Okay, so then we are locking and hiding all the attributes that we don't need, and I'm going to add a new attribute here. So, oh god, no. This is going to be the control. Then it's going to lock in, just basically lock and hiding. I'm gonna go dot format, attribute, or control name, attribute, and also let's do a line break here. Okay, so this should lock our attributes here. And then I need to add the attribute. So mc.attribute, add attribute. Oh my god. Is it? I think it's add atcher though. So it's going to be control name. The name of the attribute is going to be muscle parameter to be activation activation parameter for now, just a test. So parameter is going to be a bold, no, it's going to be a float, type float. Vamos. Go check that out. My Python add attribute. So remember how was it? I know there's a bunch of that attribute long name, yeah. Default value 0, minimum value 1, maximum value. It could be then long names, not only names, long name. And then it's a type though. Data type double, I think it's double trees, not float. Yeah, so it's data type. It's double tree. And max value equals 1. Guess that's it though. And then we could, what we're going to be doing is creating a node. So long story short, so then it's going to be a point on curve node equals to create mc dot create node create node, and then we're gonna have a point on curve, The name is going to be control name plus underscore point on. I hate this name, POC node. Okay, so the point on curve is created. Now I need to connect the attribute. So mc dot connect attribute, and then it's going to be control name plus the name of the attribute parameter, and it's going to be connected into. So let me just open the node editor here, check it out, because I forgot how it is. So it's like point on curve info. I'm actually wrong about the name of the node here. So point on curve info. And I see the inputs. Put this thing here. Attributes. Here we go. Yeah, so it's actually parameter as well. So it's parameter to parameter. And then the result is the position here. So then the position goes into the control position. Pretty straightforward. So point on curve node plus parameter, and then mc dot connect attribute, and that's going to be then the control. It's going to be the point on curve info node plus results. How does it even work here? Result position. And then it's going to go back into the control name, and we're going to connect it to the actual translation. Translate. That should be it. I guess that's it. So we can actually delete all these guys here. And 100% is going to crash. I mean, I have no questions about it. So it obviously crashed. Oh, damn you, CMDS. Okay, so let's go again. Crashed again. Yeah, I don't really care here if that's the case. Just remove it. going on here? More than one object matches name. Have I what? Have I not deleted everything? Why is it complaining? Oh, okay. We're connected. Right, I have to set the edge. I forgot here. Some c dot set attribute control name plus parameter keyable through. I think it's visible as well. That, yeah, we're not, there's something that I'm doing incorrectly here, and it's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna have to stop here for a while, guys. It's maybe I'll come back later. I think we have a good window here to keep working, but I do need to stop for now. So let's just end on this note. We have already created a good amount of things. Let me bring back my, can probably see, yeah, okay. So we have worked on the controls here. We're able to build the controls from the template joints, and now everything is building properly, but we're connecting the controls and starting to drive the parameters here. So that being said, it was a good day of work. We've been working for almost 2 hours already, and that's good enough for today. We're gonna get back tomorrow, and this is going to be set, and then we're gonna be able to start connecting the blend shapes and moving forward with the rig as a whole, and that will make it viable for us to create demos and everything. It's an important step, and I'm happy that we're getting through this. So if you've been through this, or if you're watching this in the future, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see